Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of Don't Feed the Animals podcast. My name is James. I'm your host, as always, and with me today on this beautiful, beautiful day is my man, Rosie.
Yeah. Rosalini is back in this bitch.
We got ourselves a very nice episode lined up for you folks. A couple of topics that I'd like to get into. First things first, by the time this episode comes out, it should be close to the scary, scary day of Halloween.
Ugh. Excited.
You like Halloween, man?
Halloween's good. Now I'm starting to appreciate Halloween more and more as I get older. But back then I was always like a Christmas dude.
I know. Yeah, me too.
Yeah,
Everyone
I'm still a Christmas dude. But, Halloween is... I love getting into a costume. Every year I feel like I come up with something different.
Yeah, so you've been dressing up every year?
Yeah, I did. I was kind of like not creative. In like 2 years I was Drake, and now I'm actually going to be Brock from Pokemon. So I've been wanting to be Brock from Pokemon for a while. I just never like really thought about it, I guess. Never.
Is he your favorite Pokemon human character on that show?
He's definitely one of them. I do
You can relate to his thirstiness?
Oh yeah, 100%. He's where I got it from. I'm always in love.
Yeah.
I'm a lover boy.
That's it, man. And you are a fan of his rock Pokemon type?
I am. So I am gonna carry a Pokeball around, and I just need one more piece left in my costume, and that's his brown pants. So
are you gonna have a Pokemon though, or just a Pokeball?
I might just have a Pokeball. I didn't get any Onyx thing yet, but unless like I get lucky and I can find like an Onyx plushie, I'll bring in like an Onyx plushie around.
So cool.
But I'm gonna see what I can figure out tomorrow night, because that's when I'm gonna complete the costume.
It will be completed. Any other honorable costume mentions that you have in the years that you've been, even when you were little?
I've always wanted to be Spider-Man. I was never Spider-Man. That's like one thing that's gonna it'll happen. It'll happen later.
Spider-Man costumes I always wanted to be, but the problem I had with Spider-Man costumes were so like when I was little, accuracy in costumes were very important to me. I always found it dumb, especially when I was growing up. I mean, granted, I'm not that much older than you, but in those 10 years, like you go to like Spirit Halloween now, the costumes have grown to a huge like degree of technicality now, where you're getting like authentic realistic, like cosplaying shit. It's thanks to cosplaying. If it wasn't for such thing as like people who really put an effort into having like film accurate, video game accurate, like just any form of media accurate costumes, it wasn't, because like when I was younger, I was still phasing out the really shitty costume. Like if you wanted to be like a Street Fighter character, they would have like a plastic mask. First off, I hated those plastic masks with little strings.
I know.
And then you wear a shirt that shows your character, and it says Street Fighter on the shirt, and that would be a costume that they sell for $45.
Yeah. Oh my god. I like the Power Ranger costumes I wore when I was a kid. Like those plastic.
So I remember the plastic.
Darth Vader. Like I was Darth Vader one year, and honestly, like I was like, you know what? These masks are so trash. I borrowed my neighbor's those Darth Vader voice changer helmets.
See, that's a good one.
Yeah, and I just put
didn't
that.
have that. I was Darth Vader also, but I had the stupid plastic.
Yeah, because that thing didn't come out until like 2005 or something. That voice changer thing. I thought that was so cool, even though it was trash.
Yeah, that's it. See, that's cool. See, I always wanted. I'm like, shit. So I always look back and I was like, nah, I don't want to do shitty costumes anymore. So like, my game has been upped for a very long time. This year, no surprise to people who know me, I'm going to reapply my Ghostbuster outfit. You know what I never did? I never gave you folks a health update. Like a weight update or anything like that. I don't think anybody knows my fucking situation. I am down 44 probably 44 pounds. I didn't weigh myself today since we last knew. I started at 286. I think I'm like down to 242. So I've lost about 44 pounds. I feel great. I feel healthy. Unfortunately, though, I am not as healthy as I thought I would. My doctor gave me the bad news. I got the sugar.
Got the sugar.
I got the sugar, folks. I am a type 2 diabetic. So I'm on medicine. But you know what? The good news is I've been starting to really make efforts into making myself healthy. So, I'm fighting this. Try to reverse this diabetes. Try to do something.
It's honestly better that you know now. Because some people can go even longer just not even knowing. And so
I definitely... well, I don't know if for those who listened to the early episodes with anxiety and not feeling good and panic attacks, I definitely think they were very much related to my physical reactions to being a diabetic, the numbness and stuff like that, and the tingling and the blurred vision and all that. That's all signs of diabetes. So I think that now that I have, kind of handled it, it makes more sense now. I'm not so anxious knowing. And also the fact that I've been really going out of my way to do the right thing, I think that helps tremendously. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, we're going to go from there and see what happens. I'm not done losing weight. I told you folks by the year after a year of being on Don't Feed the Animals, I was trying to lose 100. That was the whole premise of the first couple episodes is us, Berto and I, losing weight. I know I'm going to try my hardest to get as close to that as possible. It's unfortunately I'm kind of cheating because the meds kind of help me lose weight, which ain't a bad thing. But I am trying to drop tremendously.
Kind of need those meds too.
Yeah. But yeah, but with that being said, my Ghostbuster outfit, my little flight suit, that shit fits like a charm. It's funny too because I had to buy a new utility belt for it because they have a belt. I had my old belt because I was so fat. I actually took 2 of the utility belts and kind of jerry-rigged them together because one regular utility belt does not fit around my waist.
Damn.
So I would I would rig it, but now because I made it so enlarged and I put all of the holsters in it, it kind of can't go any smaller now. Yeah. So I ended up, it's too big for me to wear. Mm-hmm. So I literally bought a new belt. So now I'm back to wearing one. Let me rephrase that. I was never able to wear one belt.
Shit.
I always bought 2 belts and linked them up and put it together and just adjusted it to be smaller or bigger. At one point I had it the biggest setting for both the belts to fit around my waist. Now I'm wearing one belt, but it's at the biggest setting. But it's still just one belt, which is great. And on top of that, jumpsuit is nice and clean. You know what I'm gonna probably do? I'll probably post a picture up on Don't Feed the Animals Instagram once I get dressed up, because there's a special occasion that you and I are both enjoying, and we got invited to a Halloween party that we're having at a coworker's house, and sounds like a good time.
I'm gonna get turned.
Yes, I'm excited. I am DJing that party as DJ Ecto.
We have a Ghostbuster DJing.
Heck yeah, man!
This party,
proton pack and all, ghost traps and all. I'll play ghost trap music.
Oh, that ghost trap. Ghostbusters trap.
PK EDM.
I'm excited.
I'm excited too. I'm very excited. It's something. Everybody wants to enjoy doing something. I think, why I like Halloween? It's more of an adult holiday.
It is.
I mean, once you get older, you start realizing kids or whatever. That, yeah. But when you get an adult, you're like, wait a minute. You grow older, you get to dress up, you get to hang. You hang out, you enjoy yourself.
Fun really is.
It's kind of like the the party auxiliary holiday. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because back then, like when you're a kid, it's just going out and getting candy. That's it. Trick or treating, maybe going with your friends,
pumpkins. That's always
carving
nice.
pumpkins and stuff. And then you get older, you're just like honestly, just literally celebrating the holiday with like at a party. Everyone dresses up.
Yeah.
Everyone. I feel like there's more people when you're older that has like Halloween spirit because they just love to.
Party and be,
drink and
and
dress up. Dressing up is the best part.
Dressing up is the best part because it is. It's just fun. It's a time of year where you kind of like you're just like, you know what, I'm gonna be witty, be silly, be sexy, be funny. You know what I mean? Whatever you want to do for the year, and it's acceptable. And you just have fun and enjoy yourself. That's my favorite part of Halloween. Speaking of which, sorry. But not sorry. It's been a very busy month. I know that I went through a whole thing saying I'm going to review movie, blah, 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 blah. It didn't happen. I have not watched my movies, and by the time I put the next episode out, Halloween will be over. Now, I could still watch those movies and still talk about them on this podcast. I don't quite know from my listeners if that is an interesting part that you want to hear from the Open the Adams podcast. We always talk about movies. We always talk about things that we want to see. I don't think I ever really follow up with what I've seen. I mean, I did do Transformers. That was awful. But you know what? I feel like I'm ready to accept requests again for things that you want me to see. I definitely will have an open mind and an open ear, and if you guys like hearing my opinion or whoever my guest is opinions about certain things, just let me know in the comments below, whether you're listening to us on YouTube, whether you're listening to us on Podbean. If you are listening to us on Spotify, do yourself a favor. I have in the description the link to email me directly. Let me know what's what. I definitely want some user interaction, if you will. If you are listening to this, why don't you do yourself a favor and be a part of the show with me? Let me know what you guys think. Let me know what kind of movie you want me to watch or show you think I should talk about, or topics, or if anything, I'm actually quite open up to like some discussions from our listeners. You know what I mean? Like, I'm down to give shitty advice if you guys want to hear some interesting advice.
Like a live Instagram feed.
Yeah, well, that too. That'd be cool. But yes, so hit me up on Don't Feed the Animals in all forms of social media: Facebook, Instagram, email, YouTube. So do it. Just do it.
Just do it.
So yeah, other than that, what's anything new with you?
Just busy, honestly, just working and just classes. All my classes are just insane. Man. Trying to finish up with all my bullshit. Music wise, I haven't really been making many beats, to be honest, but I'm always working though. Like I'll if it's even like a half-ass kind of beat, like I'm usually like every week I'm working on something.
Yeah, how is your project going?
It's still in the works. I need a new mic, and that's been kind of like a delay because
what kind of mic are you looking for?
Maybe some like Audio Technica. Honestly, like I like this little setup. I could probably just put this on my desk.
Do you want to borrow one?
I would be down, honestly.
I'll send you home with this. I just need it for podcasts.
Sweet.
I'll send you over with the little mini one.
Awesome. And then I'll just like rig kind of like a little sound.
Yeah, I really am excited to hear what you got going on.
Yeah, everything's pretty much planned out. It's just we have to.
But if I lend you a mic, I want a producer credit. I'm just saying.
I'll definitely put you in.
I'm just kidding.
DJ Ecto, produced by.
Okay, I'll take that. I'll take that.
Give you like an executive production credit.
Exactly. He lent me the mic.
There's that. I also I'm really thinking about doing like a Christmas lo-fi EP because I was planning that last year.
I thought you were going to say a Christmas album. I'm like.
Yeah, so
that sounds fun.
I have the cover art for that. Like, I already thought about that. I just need more.
I love Christmas lo-fi.
Yeah,
I got into that last year.
Yeah, there's so much. Like, I didn't realize how much there was, honestly, until last year too. I was like, God, everyone's
favorite is Charlie Brown shit.
Oh yeah, I love the Charlie Browns. Yeah, yeah. There's Joji made like an awesome beat to that.
Oh really?
Yeah, I think it's called like "You Suck, Charlie." That's the beat, and it's like it loops, but it's good. That's like what kind of beats I'm looking for. Yeah, pretty much. And then there's a couple. There's I know there's a producer. His name is or the production group. They're called Cook and Soul, and they will like take vocals from like other rappers and they'll just put their beats on them. And he made like a really good like MF Doom Christmas.
Love MF.
Yeah,
MF Doom,
little
man.
Christmas EP, I guess, or little lo-fi beat tape. And the cover art for that's good. And so I'm like, I can get really creative with this. And I wanted to do it last year, and just when I thought of it, it was like kind of too late. I feel like if I put it out before December, it'll give all that time for people to really check it out. And get into, like, the Christmas spirit.
You better not put it after December.
Yeah.
You're like, what are you doing?
Not even like midway. I feel like if at
do
least
it at the end. Do it at the beginning of November.
Yeah.
I mean, start it at the beginning of November and then try to get it done by November. Give that your deadline.
Yeah.
November
like after Thanksgiving.
30th. Yeah, for sure.
Because that's when all the Christmas shit should be out.
Yep. Yeah,
Instead
exactly.
Of that November bullshit with the holidays.
Speaking of which, are you down for another music episode? I had fun.
I would love to. I could talk about that I can talk about music all day.
Yeah, I think we should do a different genre though. Like I just don't know. Hey, there you go. If you have a suggestion of a genre of music or an era of music, please be sure to comment on what you want to listen to, and maybe it might become an episode thanks to you, the listener.
We did more of like a generalized hip hop thing last time.
Yeah, we did hip hop last time.
70s, 60s.
We could do rock.
50s.
We can do pop. We can do electronic. I mean, I listen to most, but not all. This time I would like to participate though. So like the hip hop one, you guys had it, which you guys did a great job. But I definitely noticed after like having your list, I was just like, I could have participated. I didn't give myself enough credit. I
mean, there's a lot of hip hop songs,
I do, but it wouldn't have been like. I felt like you guys definitely as music producers, you definitely had a different like. You didn't pick obvious choices. I would have definitely picked obvious choices. I would have picked up like, I would have had like, fucking Puff Daddy and shit like that. I would have had like some stupid shit.
All about the Benjamins.
All about that. Oh no, I was thinking like Been Around the World.
I'll be missing you.
I'll be missing you. Exactly. But yeah.
Yeah, metal would be fun.
Metal would be fun. Metal would be hard for me because I believe it or not, as a contrary to the way I look, I'm not that big of a metal person. It would literally be a lot of pop, like anything that was on the radio. But you know what? Sometimes that's good. Sometimes people are like, "Oh yeah, you remember that song?"
Yeah.
I'll have a couple.
Pop's fun too, like 90s, 80s. I can go into the 80s.
Actually, if we did a pop episode, I think the genres will be, the categories will be the eras.
Mm-hmm.
Like we pick the top 3 of today
so
to the we can go back 50 years. You know what I mean? Because all pop music.
Plus a lot of the new shit's on.
Oh yeah,
it's kind of shitty. So
we could do popular pop music in 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, and today.
Oh yeah.
Because there's definitely like top 3s, even though we weren't in that era. But that's the thing. Music is so attainable, and I know we talked about it like that last hip hop class, but it's just surprising how it's just so obtainable. You can really open up your ears to some things you never knew existed, and you don't really know that it's almost like a pillar of your ears. Of your ear, anything that you don't realize that a lot of things that you hear and sound listen to is built off of something that existed already.
Yeah.
And then you'll realize, oh wait, I do like older music, I just didn't know.
Yeah.
That it's built off of something, I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if that makes sense.
I mean, I've always just been interested in seeing what came out like 30 years ago, what my parents were listening to.
Yeah.
Stuff like that, what my grandparents were listening to.
Yeah. I always appreciate it. I'm like, oh yeah. And I always put myself like, I'm like, wow, what do you think it was like when you first heard this shit?
Yeah, because like even like in their shoes, like hearing how they saw it, and how they saw the artist at that time, and how big of a shit they were. Like if you first heard like Purple Rain or whatever, and you're just like, you don't understand. When Prince came out, he was the shit, and everyone wanted to be like Prince, and
hell yeah,
and all the girls loved Prince, and then listening to Purple Rain, and I mean, it changed my mom's life. So
that is such a good song.
Yeah.
Purple Rain.
Just a good record in general.
Rain. I tried. Yeah. Well, shoot. You and I are probably heavily into some like Italian shit. Like,
oh yeah, like the old.
If
like...
you guys didn't know, Rosie's an Italian American.
Yes. From
Chicago.
And I'm one of those.
He is one of those.
One of those.
He is one dude. He's one dude that. We were talking about this earlier today at work. We were talking about like derogatory terms and how they can be funny again.
Oh yeah.
Italians have some of the funniest I've realized terms. That it's a lot to do with context. It has a lot to do with, how comfortable you are. But unfortunately, for those who don't know, I love calling Rosie a guinea.
It's funny. I found a sense of humor to it.
Yeah,
not a lot of people can.
And it's really a matter of like how it's being used, and a lot of people. Okay, so, and you'll agree with me with this topic. I feel like you will, without knowing, because you weren't there when we had this conversation. I use Dave Chappelle as the best example of that, because I think what Chappelle did was normalize a word and like almost not decriminalized it, but desensitized it to in the way where you took the hate out of the word.
Yeah.
You took the hate out of what it really meant to say the word. Yes, and I'll be honest with you, I don't say the N-word. I don't say the N-word. In middle school, I said the N-word. Yeah, in middle school, I said it a lot.
Yeah.
But with the A.
In middle school, everyone said everything.
with the A. Again, I was in a quote unquote ghetto middle school, and everybody was calling them that, like everyone was just saying shit that they heard from albums and CDs and shit.
Oh yeah, middle school everyone was doing that.
Influenced about
like white, Spanish, mainly Spanish and
right.
Black, obviously. But
so I, we all said it.
Yeah, it was normal like that, and
Now you say to yourself, well, I don't say it today, and it's not because I'm like in fear or anything like that, or I just feel like okay, so I used that word, but I did not yet use that word the way it was meant to use the word. I used it in a slang of calling somebody something, and I'm an adult now, and there's plenty other slang words, and I don't need to use that slang word. You know what I mean? Because of the whole, what it represents and what it means. I can find another colorful way to call somebody something. You know what I mean? Because I also do, if I ever called somebody out by that, I never meant it by that.
Jew was really big in middle school.
Jew?
That was like
people I remember, because they'd be called everybody a Jew, and no one's Jewish.
Yeah, I know. No one's.
It's like
they'd be like, why are you doing that? Why do you gotta be such a Jew? Like,
see, that's the difference. Well, that's not maybe the difference, because people use the N-word in a term of endearment and as a negative thing, even in middle school. But again, you're in middle school. You're fucking dumb. Your brain is not developed.
It was mainly like 6th grade.
Yeah,
like,
6th grade.
Everyone was using that
you're
word.
You're a dumb kid.
Yeah.
But my point was, going back to Dave Chappelle, is that he kind of like desensitized the whole like the word.
Yeah, there's a few comedians that do that too. Like Joe Rogan says the N-word.
Did he?
Yeah, he says it on stage sometimes. I'm just like, oh.
Okay. I didn't know that.
But like, people don't think about, like, you don't associate that with Rogan, him being like a racist or anything, because he's obviously not.
Right.
And Louis says the N-word like all the time.
Oh yeah.
And like, you don't associate that because like it's really of what people think of you as, and like, I guess like their thought of you before the fact. I mean, I don't think he was saying that when he was like 20 years ago on stage, 30 years ago on stage.
No, of course not. And I think, but here's the thing, like what Dave Chappelle did is that he just, I feel like I think when people get all offended and they really get really emotional and they try to take away the meaning or try to not allow you to say it or whatever, or say things, I feel like we're kind of giving back the hateful meaning into it. I mean, yes, everything comes from something, but everything comes from something that's negative.
Oh yeah. I mean, just about everything I grew up with, like every like term. We've
gotten out of hand though with the whole like, oh, we can't allow that. We can't allow you to say that. You know, it's just like, I don't know. Like, again, everything has to do with context, and I think that's what bothers me the most is when it's used when people are like, oh, did you just say that? I'm like, you know, when someone says the word, then they weren't supposed to say the word.
Yeah,
you can tell. You'll hear the little crack in their voice or the awkward silence. They know too that they shouldn't say that word.
Yeah.
So I don't think anybody needs to pay and be punished. Again, we're gonna fucking throw them in jail for saying words. You know, let's be real now. Like, sticks and stones can break my bones, but words will never hurt me. And I'm not saying, because words shouldn't hurt you. Context and force and what you mean behind everything, that's different. And if you could tell people, it's really about understanding. Why I bring that up, again, I like calling Rosie a guinea wop. And
now the thing,
but it's funny though. I could do it and he laughs, and I laugh.
I think it's funny
because
honestly.
It's so outlandish to call somebody such a derogatory term. And I think Italians have like more than most people let on to be. Like, you know what, you got guinea, you got wop, you got dago.
Oh yeah.
You got well, I mean, you got other positive Guido. You got some people called, but the Italians use the other Italians, paisans.
Oh yeah.
You got what we like to use mostly is we love calling people momos.
Oh yeah, momo. Goomba is another one.
Yeah, Goomba. Goomba is another positive one too, but I like to use it in like a negative way to somebody.
Goomba is like someone who's like in the mob.
Yeah.
Like Goomba. Guinea can be taken very offensively. I feel like maybe, like,
it's bad.
I feel like I wouldn't even cared about it. Like, I wouldn't know, like, because I wasn't raised then. But like 50 years ago, 60 years ago, I feel like if someone called me Guinea, maybe I would be offended. Mainly just because of the association.
Well, again, no stranger should. I don't call, like a stranger a term like that. Now I'll use this term. Like Momo is different. Momo is not like, Momo is an Italian word. It's an Italian phrase that Italians would use to just describe someone who's stupid, or a Mamaluke.
Yeah,
I love calling people
Mamaluke. Mamaluke is different too. There's a difference between a Momo and a Mamaluke, I feel like.
Yeah, I think for me, Mamalukes are worse.
Yeah, Mamaluke is worse. Yeah, that's if you're really fucking being some kind of asshole or just a douche.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of the Mamalukes out there.
But Momo, I can say that, like, just like saying like. I say Momo more than like. Sometimes, like this Momo.
Oh, so I don't know. Related, not related. But the reason why I brought it up brings us to this episode's video roundup. And on this video that we're watching is a very interesting, anticipated movie that we are excited to see. An interesting release tactic, that's for damn sure.
I haven't seen this one before.
Yeah, it's like...
I don't think it's been done.
Yeah, it's in the theaters selectively, but then going straight to Netflix later in the month. We have Martin Scorsese's film, The Irishman. Now, I'll be honest with you, Rosie. I'm excited for this movie. I have not seen the trailer yet. I just know it's Scorsese, De Niro, you got Pesci. Who else is in this movie?
Ray Romano.
Sebastian Maniscalco.
Yeah, shout out to Sebastian.
Is Pacino in it?
Yeah, Pacino's in it.
Mm-hmm. I mean, as far as I'm concerned, you have the Mount Rushmore of Italian gangster movies.
Oh yeah,
up in this bitch, and it's been a while.
And Scorsese's usual cast.
I haven't had my fill of a good old, of the whole band getting back together since like Casino.
Oh yeah, I haven't seen Goodfellas.
Casino came before.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Casino.
Al Pacino should be interesting too.
Yeah,
because he wasn't in that.
He's usually playing some silly ass roles.
Oh yeah,
like novelty roles.
Like, finally.
Yeah.
He was in Once Upon a Time for like a second, but.
So I actually haven't seen it. I have no idea what the movie's gonna be about. I'm one of those where I'm a big like fan and excited just because of like the actors and the did he write this one? I want to say he did. I think that's why that's such a big deal. On top of directing,
he right. Let's see.
I think he did. I feel like he had to.
Directed by, wrote it. Steven.
Oh, somebody else wrote it.
Steven Zalian.
Oh, do we know what he's done?
Oh, let's give it a look. Let's see what else he's got. Oh, he wrote Schindler's List.
Oh.
Okay.
All right. So okay.
Hannibal, Moneyball.
Okay, so he's
American Gangster.
Okay, he's a good writer.
I'm pretty
because I'm a fan of most of those movies.
Yeah.
So
these are
I'm excited.
Pretty good. So.
Oh, so another thing that might be a little off-putting is the runtime. But you know what? Let's just jump right into the trailer because I have not seen it. I don't know. Have you seen it?
Yeah, I've seen it.
This is a couple weeks ago, right?
Yeah, I've seen a couple of these trailers already.
Because when's we got the release coming out in November, right?
Yeah,
November 1st. I think that's a Friday. Yeah, November 1st, Friday. It's coming out, and then I think it's in select theaters. Unfortunately, I think we checked because that's something I'd go to the theater and watch.
Yeah, I think they're putting it out on Netflix a couple weeks later.
Yes, so. I just want to say towards the end of the month,
which I would say is smart,
which is great. But I would love to go to the theaters to see it. But it's limited.
When it comes to like Scorsese's films, I have to see it in theaters.
Yeah. All right, so let's jump right into the trailer and see what this is all about. Here we go. Again, I haven't seen this. Oh no. I'm gonna have to rebuffer this shit. This shit stalls. Okay, we're good. There's Ray Romano.
Look at that face.
There's Pacino. Oh shit, they smoothed out his face.
Yeah.
Digitally, huh?
It's Pesci.
Oh my goodness.
Pacino.
Oh my god. So is it timepiece?
Yeah.
Oh, fucking Harvey Keitel. Oh, it takes place over a period of time.
So I think he's
Irishman.
like, it's just like over this period of time in this movie because you could see De Niro getting older.
Oh my god. I don't know what it is. I just know it's gonna be fucking good.
Yeah, De Niro, Scorsese can handle those long fucking movies, and I think it spans over time because.
Well, that's the thing. Like they basically captured. They definitely did some of that face mapping where they make the actor younger, and the crazy thing is they didn't really make De Niro that young. Like he still like looks like he's in his 50s. But it's over time because he's oh man, That shit looks good. I'm excited.
Yeah,
I don't know what it is.
They got some good people to edit that because like De Niro has a very expressionate face.
Yeah.
So God, that must have been hard.
Well, I've been. Have you ever? There is a YouTube channel out there that I highly recommend. It's extremely entertaining to watch. I've been watching it lately, called The Corridor Crew, and they've been doing the. You know how like they have these wave of YouTube videos where like a lawyer reacts to scenes from law movies, or a wrestler watches a wrestling movie.
Yeah, I've seen that with guys like video.
So there's CG FX artists that react to CG effects, but they also they have their own thing going on for them too, and they talk about stuff like that, and it's very fascinating. What they can do now with like face mapping, and like we do live in a time of deep fakes, so it's pretty much applying that deep fake technology. So what they supposedly do, this is my dumbed down version of what I know what they do, is that they basically take a log of all of old footage of probably De Niro, and because he's in movies and so much forms of media, that you can literally just take all these things and all different, the better angles, the more, and then basically the AI of the computer will basically morph all of that into and just download all the data of all the different facial expressions, because there's so many things about doing a face right, because it's not just about like putting a CGI face. It's not that. It's more about like how your eyes wrinkle up. If you zoom in, your skin has pores, and it's how your pores on your face stretch, because our eyes, and what I'm trying to say is our brains, faces are the most recognizable things for us. So when we see certain forms of faces, we can automatically tell. That's how we can always automatically tell that's a fake face, or that's not. So when I was looking at that, there was like,
De Niro's look good.
It was very convincing.
I feel like they only used it on what, like De Niro and Pacino?
Yeah, I think
Pesci looks like old.
Yes.
Romano isn't that old.
They would have to do the opposite. They would have to make him old. But that I feel like that's a little different. See, with the de-aging, it's probably not. It's probably all hard. But the de-aging, I figured, is a little more easier to do because you have source material. Where if you're doing an aging, you might need to go practical effects and do some wrinkling and like maybe some makeup.
Yeah, I probably took like whatever De Niro was in from like Casino, Goodfellas, all that stuff, because that's kind of like what he looks like in this film.
Yeah,
and then I guess towards the end, he starts to act like how he really looks in person. So I mean, he's an old guy. He's been around for a minute.
I'm super excited about that movie.
Definitely worth the 3 hours in my opinion. Wolf of Wall Street is 3 hours.
I think it's at 3.5 hours, man.
It's probably I think it's longer than that. Oh man, I am excited though. The sucky part is that it is going to be in select theaters. So
do we have a lineup yet? Did they ever update it? Probably not.
They might add more theaters, maybe, like depending on.
I mean, if it's coming up close, we're looking at next week.
We live in the Orlando area, so
I think the closest one was Belle Isle.
Oh man,
not Belle Isle, Boynton Beach.
Oh, Boynton. Okay.
Oh, I said
and didn't you say Bonita?
Bonita, that's what I meant.
Bonita
Jesus,
Springs.
That's my problem.
Okay. Bonita Springs.
Bonita Springs.
I'm originally from Naples, Florida.
Ooh.
And Bonita Springs is literally 15-20 minutes away from Naples, and it sucks because I can't.
It's a trip home.
And I'm debating maybe go and see it with my sister or something, or some other people, but it should be good. I have a lot of faith, and the trailer is already good as it is.
Yeah, there's so many. I love all those fucking movies.
Yeah,
they're so good. Let's see, Irishman, theater in New York City. Ooh, wow, nice. Where to watch Irishman?
You would think they'd have it like airing in Orlando, or somewhere around here.
I know, right? Like, I mean, I'm willing to drive like 30 minutes to go see that movie.
Yeah, 30 minutes. I would honestly, like, if I didn't have family down in South Florida, I wouldn't even see myself going all the way down there just to watch a movie. Plus, it's gonna be on Netflix later in the month.
Right.
So
I'm thinking watch party.
Yeah, that is.
We'll get together and watch it. I don't want to watch it alone. That's for sure.
Yeah, watching alone. I mean, maybe I could probably watch it alone, but that'd have to be after I see it. I have to see it with people first. Because why not?
Okay, here we go. 60 cities. That's not a lot, man.
That isn't
a lot at all.
This is almost.
I'm just like this is like one of those. I don't know if it was a Netflix thing, or I just don't know. I'm not that. Yeah, nothing. Showtime's coming here soon. Search on it, and there aren't any locations. Yep.
Who knows? This could be a trend-setting thing for Netflix with these. I would say maybe like these more well-known directors.
I think
watch Tarantino do that.
Yeah.
Next movie he makes, because the Once Upon a Time, I haven't looked this up, but my friend Andrew told me that they're gonna re-release Once Upon a Time with bonus footage.
Oh, they do that though.
So I'm actually, I mean, if they do put that on,
did you see Once Upon a Time in theaters?
Yeah, I saw it.
Oh, me too.
I
enjoyed it a lot.
Oh yeah, good movie.
It's a very good movie.
Not a lot of. I feel like if that was one of your first Tarantino movies, weirdly, then you might not get it.
Yeah.
But when I think about it, it's just like Tarantino having fun at this point.
Yeah.
Because it was fun.
It was very fun.
That is like, if you're a fan of him, that could be one of your favorite movies of his.
Oh yeah.
I know that's Andrew's top 5. Once Upon a Time.
Wow.
For me, it's probably not in my top 5. Top 10. Top like.
Of Tarantino movies?
Yeah, of all Tarantino movies.
See, here's the thing. I don't dislike any of his movies.
Yeah,
to
me
be
either.
Very honest with you. Everything that he's done has its charm. So, I don't know.
Jackie Brown, even.
I love Jackie Brown.
Jackie Brown's good. I feel like they could have done a lot more with it.
Who passed away?
Someone passed away from that movie?
The guy who played Max Cherry.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, dang. I think I
away
heard of that.
That's a week ago.
Yeah, I've heard of that. That's sad.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. And he's pretty well known too.
I know he's been in other things too, but I love that. I actually like Jackie Brown a lot. Who De Niro was also in.
Jackie Brown was good. I would say, I guess it would be one of his weaker movies, but
I don't know.
But there's some people out there that do have like a real deep love for that movie.
Robert Foster was his name.
Yeah, Robert Foster. Okay.
Yeah, he died October 11th.
Man, rest in peace.
Yeah, Mr. Robert Foster.
Oh man,
very, very, very good.
He did good in that movie though. Like I thought he did a good job.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. He was in. Supposedly he was in El Camino. He was in Twin Peaks. Oh yeah.
Twin Peaks. I can see him in that.
But yeah, Robert Foster is a shit.
Dang,
man. But
that also reminds me, since we're talking about, I guess, top movies, do you have a top for Scorsese films? See, I haven't seen all of them. He has a lot of films.
You know, me neither.
Yeah,
so let's pull up a list real quick. Let's see what what we have to choose from, and we'll try to come up with something. I'll say let's just do top 3 because I feel like he has a lot of film. Let's see if you got a list going on.
I want to actually look at a list of his films, not whatever they offer up on first thing you type in on Google.
Oh really? I just IMDb'd him.
Well, he's got a ton.
Oh no, it's not loading for me either.
Every movie of his is fantastic because some of them are, but
well, this is like
Raging Bull. Haven't seen Raging Bull.
Me neither. I don't know why I haven't seen it.
I know
everything about that movie, everything about what I've ever seen, and here's the thing: a lot of movies I haven't seen, I still feel like I know. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like I know what it's about for the most part, because it's like you hear about it. Like it was, I want to be like, oh, it sounds terrible, but it took a while before I saw Godfather.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it was on like Netflix, and I think that's when I started to watch it. Which I feel
there's some
like,
people that still like haven't seen it.
but I've known it. It's like I've seen the movie because everybody talks about it so
Yeah.
much, and there's so many references and pop culture that you're like.
It's really hard
So
to
when
say
I
it's
did
not
see it,
good.
I was like, I know what's
Yeah.
what happens, and I know the beats of the movie. But
Mm.
when you see it, though, you're like, yeah, I get it. It's
yeah,
a
this
good
is
movie.
this is the hype, honestly.
Shit.
But I guess I can start by saying Taxi
have a
Driver
list?
is probably. I think Taxi Driver might be my favorite movie.
Taxi Driver.
of
Did he
his.
write it or did he?
I don't believe he wrote it. I think he might have just directed it. If you want to.
I know you like that fucking score. That's for sure.
Yeah, the score. I feel like the score is almost like my first love with that movie, because it's man, that jazz. It's really hard to get like that original jazz score that just resonates. That, and I feel like LA Noire for like a video game has an amazing like jazz.
Oh
score.
yeah, definitely. It's
Yeah.
like it really goes in. All right, so I got him. I don't know. I got it up on the laptop.
But yeah, Taxi Driver is my first. The Departed's good. Never seen it. Casino.
I love Casino.
Goodfellas
Casino is one of
so
those
good.
when anytime it's on, I watch the rest of it.
It's such a oh man, it's so good. It's funny. Like the blueberry scene. Each muffin's gotta have 10 blueberries. It's like, you don't understand how long that's gonna take.
Yeah, exactly.
And then Wolf of Wall Street was good. With The Wolf of Wall Street. What else we got?
So
Aviator.
I haven't seen Aviator.
It's pretty good.
Is it?
Yeah.
Didn't he do Shutter? He did Shutter Island.
Yeah.
That's an underrated.
Never seen Shutter Island. But
It's an
looks good.
underrated thriller
He did
for
Mean
sure.
Streets too, I think. Yeah, he did Mean Streets.
Wolf of Wall Street. Let's see. I hate
King
how
Comedy. Haven't seen that one.
Gangs of New York.
Yeah.
That's a good one. That's a wild one. Goodfellas, of course.
He's directed a lot of movies.
He directed
like an
Michael
insane
Jackson's
amount.
Bad Video. That's rad.
That's an accomplishment. Directing a Michael Jackson music video. I think he's a good actor too. Just not many directors can pull off that good acting role. I think in Taxi Driver he has like the funniest little bit.
I fucking love that scene in Taxi Driver. It is so fucking raw and visceral. In that scene in Taxi Driver, spoiler alert, not really, because it's not a main part of the movie at all. It's literally like, I felt like it was a cameo for him to be in there and be a
He wasn't
weirdo.
even supposed to be in that.
Yeah, you said that.
Yeah, I guess they're from what I like read, the actor didn't show up to that set that day, so he's just like, you know what, I'm just gonna do it, which I guess is easy enough. Like it's not like he was only in a scene for like what 5 minutes. That was like the longest. Like
yeah,
and he did also. He was remember when I forgot her name in the movie, but the blonde actress.
oh yeah,
Fuck,
what was that? I forgot who played it too. My brain's farting too.
Yeah,
but yes, I know who you're talking
but he was also like when he was looking at her,
about.
like when De Niro was first checking her out, you could see like Scorsese in the distance looking at her.
Yeah,
He's like sitting on the ledge there, and he's just looking.
Yeah,
checking her out.
back in the day,
She was
when
so
we just
fine.
Stare at people.
That's all you could do. You couldn't secretly look on their Instagram. You know.
Nope.
You just had to look
No
at them in
lurking.
person
You
if
lurk
you're
in real
lucky.
life.
But nah, yeah, Taxi Driver definitely my favorite.
So
film
like,
of his.
it's just a movie that really takes a turn. It's crazy, and I really am. If you haven't seen it and you're okay with some dark shit, it's on Netflix,
Mhm.
and I
It is
would
dark.
definitely give it a watch and see what you think. But the scene that we're talking about, that Scorsese's in, that I found to be very interesting, is it kind of just shows the darkness of what's happening, because De Niro plays basically like an army vet
Mhm.
that is
He's
now
like on like
lives
an
in New
honorable
York.
discharge.
He's a New York cab driver in the 70s,
Mhm.
early 70s,
Mhm.
and
Back when they had
It's if
White
I don't know
taxi
if you
drivers.
guys know how New York City was in the early 70s. Think of the biggest shithole you can possibly think of.
Oh yeah,
with
just
neon lights strapped to it, and that's
starting
pretty
to clean
much
it up a little bit more now. But even when I went, I still think it's almost like a dumpster.
yeah, pretty much. It's pretty fucking wild. But back then, it's like all that shit. Like I remember, like my mom when she would watch it, she's like, "This is the exact rendition of what it was like." It was like that, just people yelling. There's like a scene where they're just like he's just driving and you just see what's going on. I feel like there was no acting in that part. Those parts.
Oh yeah,
I feel like
probably
they're just like
strolling
just
through.
strolling through, and just you got people, motherfucker, dude, fuck your bitch, kill bitch.
Couple kids messing with some grown person. Or
Oh, they're probably
someone
fucking
jacking
hot
their
fire
purse,
hydrants.
like, just
yeah, prostitution, just drugs, everything. It was a fucking wild world out there. So the scene that Rosie and I like with Scorsese is that he's driving, he's doing his route, and Scorsese's in the back, and he's very forceful on De Niro's character. De Niro's character stays completely silent throughout this whole thing. Doesn't say shit. It's basically Scorsese's in a cab, and he tells De Niro to stop, and De Niro, when he stopped, he was gonna turn the meter off, and Scorsese's is like, "What the fuck you doing?" It's like, "I didn't ask you to turn the meter." He's like, "You're gonna run the meter."
he's like, "So now we just sit."
He's like, "Now we sit."
Just like relax.
I tell you to run the meter. It's like, tell you to not run the meter. I told you just to sit, stay here. And basically he rants. He goes, I have to edit it because look, he goes, "You see that up there in that apartment right there?" He's like, "My wife's in that apartment." He's like, "You know who she's with right now?" An N-word.
Yeah, straight up. An N-word's in that building.
An N-word's in that building. And he's like, and then De Niro's not saying shit. He's just like looking at him through the rear view. He's not turned around. He's just like that. And seriously,
I don't think he even said anything that whole
he
scene.
didn't say shit.
Like just said like I think
he didn't say shit.
Yeah.
I think towards the end of the conversation, he moves the mirror to like look at him more.
Mm-hmm.
But he's just like, what did he say? He says he's got like a gun on him. Like
yeah, he has like a 44. He's like, "I'm gonna take a 44 Magnum."
Yeah, he's like
a killer.
Yeah, I was like, he's like, and I'm gonna go up there and take a 44 Magnum, and I'm gonna shoot him. I think he says he's gonna shoot him, right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna shoot him, and I'm gonna shoot her. And he's like, "You ever seen what a 44 Magnum does to, like?" I think he just says like a face or whatever.
Yeah.
He's like, completely destroys it. And he goes, "You ever seen what a 44 Magnum does to a pussy?" Now that's what I want to see. I want to see what a 44 Magnum does to a pussy.
I love the way he says that too.
And just the way he says it, and you're just like, holy shit. You're just like, you felt like you were in the cab, where you're just like, this guy is done.
Yeah,
he's been cheated on.
I'm sure he was, because I think he was like in that coke phase during that time when he was,
for
so
sure.
I'm sure he was.
So he did a
was
great
little coked out in that.
fucked up role. But for me, I'm like, any relatable role, I don't know why it was relatable. It's not like I fucking come across these lunatics who, talk about their guns and how they're gonna shoot their wives in the pussy with a 44 Magnum.
I feel like now that's like, now you even remotely hear about that, you're just like,
you're going to jail.
Yeah, you can't even say that.
You can't say that at all.
Back then, it's like, who are you gonna tell, and how do they have any proof that he said that? Like,
it's
things
awful.
like that. So I don't know. I just love the whole like rawness of the film. What I like is just more raw, like real films. Like, yeah, of course, like I like my sci-fi and stuff like that here.
Well,
and
one
there.
thing about Casino too that I
love it.
loved about Casino was that the realness of like the violent scenes.
Yeah, and that's when gangs were just all over. The mafia was all over Las Vegas during that time, so that's what was fun to see too.
It's the sound that the guns made in his movies. Like the cliche when you watch like a movie and you hear like the gunshot noise, and it's always like pew, 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 pew.
Yeah.
And these you hear that
yeah, just
and you're like, that
real
sounded like a fucking real gun, son. And you'll just see it's that type of shit. I'm just like, and it's never like the explosion, like the cliche like explosion of blood. It's just like that dribble, and you're just like, ew, that looks really real.
Yeah,
it's kind of off-putting, but there's people out there that you believe that just are fucking straight up murderers. And they didn't show any murder scenes in that trailer of The Irishman, but this is one of the reasons why I'm excited.
Yeah, because it's
just to
probably
see a timepiece, B, just to see how crazy the story will go, the awkward moments, just the interactions with different people.
Bringing the band back together.
Yikes.
With the addition of Pacino, which it'd be fun to see. I would hope he has like a longer role, if anything, because like his roles have just been so short.
He's always have like cameos, and he just kind of like does these little scenes. It's just like, what he's like, what's my scene? It's like, just do this. You're a lawyer. Oh, okay, I got it. And just, what's your scene? Oh, you're like a producer. He's like, oh, okay, I got it. I'll just say whatever I want to say. You know what's funny about Pacino though? Pacino's funny because of his voice change. That voice change is so not off-putting, but it's so interesting because you watch Dog Day Afternoon. Have you ever watched Dog Day Afternoon?
I haven't.
I couldn't recommend that movie to you more.
I heard that's one of his best.
I couldn't. Please watch that soon.
Next to like
you will,
Godfather 1 and 2.
You would be so pleased. But and Dog Day Afternoon, he kind of sounds like this.
His voice changes almost like everything. Because in Serpico, his voice is different.
Yes, Serpico.
And friggin'
the football
Scarface
movie is what I think of.
Yeah, Scarface's voice is different.
Is that Taking Back
Carlito's
Sunday?
Way.
Was he in Taking Back Sunday? Is that the name of the movie? Remember that football movie? Was it the one with like Jamie Foxx and I don't know. I thought he was like a fucking coach in that movie or something like that. Let's find out. Take It Back Sunday. Isn't that the fucking name of a fucking band? What am I talking about?
Any Given Sunday.
Any Given Sunday.
Okay.
Taking Back Sunday.
I've never
seen
the
Evil Man. I love when I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about.
Is Any Given Sunday?
Any Given Sunday. It's crazy. It's got some crazy ass scenes. I'm just like, whoa. I haven't seen it in its entirety, but there's parts that people are like, watch this part, and I'm just like, yo, that's wild. But yeah, he's somebody who's like, whose voice totally. But I couldn't recommend. Actually, no, I didn't I had a monologue, but they talked about Dog Day Afternoon. The movie Swordfish with John Travolta and Hugh Jackman. I don't know if you've seen it. A really shitty hacking. Well, it's not shitty. It wasn't bad. Swordfish with John Travolta and Hugh Jackman, and in the scene, John Travolta plays a terrorist, and he talks about Dog Day Afternoon, and he has like a whole monologue. I had the Swordfish soundtrack that was done by Paul Oakenfold, and he has a huge monologue about that, and for when I took drama, I did that monologue.
Oh, that's cool.
He basically says like how Dog Day Afternoon's a good movie, but it's like it's bullshit because it's not realistic. He's just like, because Al Pacino robs a bank, but then like gets caught, and so now he has a hostage situation, and it's just like he's kind of not a dick, like he's just going with the motions and shit like that, and he's more in over his head than you think. I don't want to spoil it, but there's some scene, there's like a swerve moment where you're like, wait, what? And I'm like, yeah, and that happens. And you're like, really? And you're like,
I need to see it.
Yeah, that happens.
That's all I've been hearing is good things about it. So.
But in the monologue, but I did that whole like monologue for things, and then I did do two contrasting monologues, and that was one of them, and then the other one was Chunk's confessional that he did in the Goonies. I don't know if you remember the Goonies, when he's captured by the Fratellis, and then he just starts talking about everything he's ever did. Like when he's like, and in the 3rd grade, I took a pack of fake puke and went on the balcony. It was the most horrible thing I ever did. I poured the fake puke over the balcony, and I made a noise like this. And then everybody started puking.
That's great.
It was the worst thing I ever seen and did in my entire life. And then go right into the fucking swordfish monologue. That was fun. Drama was fun.
Yeah, I always thought about taking drama back then, but
Yeah.
or like theater.
Do you regret not taking it now, being in videos?
Yes. Yeah, I do. I feel like I'd maybe like later well, maybe not at my high school. Like there is a couple things like, yeah, maybe like being able to like memorizing lines and stuff like that. I feel like I would have needed that, but now now I'm starting to understand it. I'm kind of just teaching myself, so it's not like that big of a deal. Like, yeah, I feel like I could have been more prepared and like ready for films instead of having to go through the bullshit I normally do to like prepare for a role or something.
True.
But now I'm like, I guess after doing it for a long time, I wasn't like very consistent actor. I feel like I was doing it more consistently in high school, and then it kind of fell off a little bit there, mainly because like I wasn't around like my friends who did it, because like we were just away from each other and we weren't like doing acting or directing or whatever. And I started getting back into it again, like I would say 2 years ago. So I'm understanding it a lot more now than I did back then. There's a certain way I approach just like memorizing lines and stuff back then.
That's the one I fear the most, is memorizing lines and try to come off natural when I say it. I've been dying to do it. Like, seriously, Rosie, I'm telling you, if you guys need an extra, with or without lines in your videos. Oh, again, those videos are, plug yourself, because the scavenger series
but Mike Siegert's YouTube account. There's also my friend Andrew, who puts out films on his Andrew's Films 22. I think
if I'm not mistaken, it is one of my followed channels on Don't Feed the Animals. I have
is it
Supervision?
Yes, Supervisions is Mike Siegert's. Yeah, it's like under those two names.
So it's on there. So if you guys want to see any of the ones that I'm talking about, it's those. Yeah. So if you guys ever have any thing and you need an extra,
for sure,
please.
Yeah,
let me know. I want to just know if I could, and if you don't, and if I suck, you don't have to use me, and I'll know. But I feel like, I don't know. It's something I would like to try, just to see the whole. I also want to see the whole.
Like the whole
steps
behind the scenes is fun too. It's a really
your
fun
behind
time.
The scenes are always longer than the actual film.
Yeah, I know.
The most charming thing I've ever seen. I'm just like, their behind the scenes will be 5 minutes long. Their film will be like 2.5. I'm just like, I mean, but that just shows to show there's so much work that goes into even the smallest things, and it's great.
Even just getting everybody together is.
Well, I ain't doing shit. You know where I'm at.
Yeah. So we're gonna be putting our collaborative projects, like stuff, because those are their accounts. You know, I'm not gonna like write something and then put it on theirs. Like,
no,
we have.
You don't have a YouTube yet, huh?
I did make, before we put out the Citrus Boys clothing line. We came up with a YouTube channel, which nothing's. It's just like a blank account.
Also,
exists.
I don't know if people know about the Citrus Boys. Please go on to, citrusboys.com?
Yeah, there's that, and we also have the Instagram page, Citrus Boys.
For nice, high quality printed shirts you can get. I am a fan of that. I've been meaning to get some, and we get paid tomorrow, so I might scoop up a couple shirts. My whole thing is that I don't want it shipped, and you and I know each other, so if I can get that discount,
I can hand deliver it.
Hand deliver it for me. I'll hook you up with some bills and give me a shirt. I think there was like one panda one I kind of liked. I kind of like the panda one.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Please check it out. It's also it's very simple. The simplicity, and it's great. High quality shirts.
We have a couple sketches that we're going to put on the YouTube channel, which we're trying to get done pretty soon. I have an idea. We're just going to hit everybody with it, and then if we come up with any fun merch ideas, we're going to put that and continue the clothing brand. So honestly, for the films, I'm super excited because we're not gonna like if we might like still put a few like 2-minute sketches in there.
Yeah,
but I'm really trying to go for like that 5 to 8 minute, and then maybe if we really come up and sit down with something like a longer, like a 30-minute thing.
It's a comprehensive sketch. You're good to go, man.
Yeah,
so good.
Yeah, that's what I've been doing.
Yeah,
thinking of ideas for that. Got the Lo-Fi Christmas album.
Keeping it busy. That's what it's all about. Gotta keep it busy, keep it moving, keep the hustle, keep the grind, keep it going. But yeah, shit. I'm glad that you came by.
It's been a good time.
I hope you had a good time.
It's always a good time.
I hope all you animals out there enjoyed listening to Rosie and I.
These momos.
Rant and carry on, and all you momos out there.
Any of you momos listening, you know?
All you momos, we love you momos.
Yeah.
But again, remember, guys, I'll give you a participation trophy if you just hit me up and let me know what you think, what you know, what you want to talk about, because I am ready.
Shout you out.
I'll always have some stuff to talk about, but I would love to have some interaction from my viewers, my listeners rather. And shit, let me know what's good, what's what. Talk about your life. Let me know something about you. But yeah, it's been fun. It's been great. And with that being said, remember, folks, follow them signs. They're all around you. And always remember, don't feed the animals.
Don't feed the animals. Signs all around. We talk a lot of junk. Yeah, you vibing with us now. Build something from the ground up. Yeah, we like to clown, talk about some real stuff, yeah, something profound. It's a pleasure that you're hearing us, wouldn't mess around. It's a topic of discussion worth talking that we bust it, put a nail in the coffin. If you love it, then you love it. If you don't mean nothing, still bring it to the public. Y'all, don't feed the animals, put them in a cage, they couldn't handle truth. We gonna bust out the gate like some cannibals. Same face, same channel, messing with the tune. A bunch of idiots stuck in one room, can't take us serious. You love what we feeding you. I'm with the show, yeah, proceed with the interview. Local celebrity, snatch a toy from your cereal.